Hi there, this is Jennifer Farley from Photoshop Bootcamp. The Object Selection tool in Photoshop lets us easily select a single object or part of an object in an image. We can choose either a rectangular area or we can simply draw a loose lasso around the object we're interested in. It works best with well-defined objects, but it can sometimes do a good job selecting areas with less contrast. So let's take a look at how it works. Open up your image in Photoshop, and I'm using this photograph I took in the garden of a poppy. As you can see, the bright red is very nicely contrasted with the green background, but there is an area here with the stem where it's green on a green background. So will the Object Selection tool do a good job selecting this? Let's take a look. So the Object Selection tool, if you can't see it on the toolbar, it's hidden underneath the Magic Wand tool. So to select it, just simply click and hold on the Magic Wand and choose the Object Selection tool. The other way to get it is the keyboard shortcut. Press W and then Shift W to cycle through all of these tools until you get to the Object Selection tool. Now, first a couple of options in the options bar. Let's set it to New Selection, which is the first option here. We will go with a rectangle mode. The other option is the lasso, which we'll look at in a minute. And I'm just going to simply drag out a square or a rectangle around the object I'm interested in. So Photoshop has a little think about it, and as you can see, it does a fairly good job at selecting most of the poppy. It's done a great job selecting the red area. There's a few bits left out, so down here the leaves underneath are not selected, and there's a few little areas there around the stem that aren't selected. If we zoom in and have a look here, there's a part of the green background that has come in. We want to remove that or subtract that from our selection. So let's do that by using the lasso tool, and I'm going to choose Subtract from Selection, and there I'm just going to draw fairly loosely around the edge, and the Object Selection tool will subtract or remove that. Now if we have a look at this area here, I do want to include these leaves underneath. So I'm going to go back to the rectangle option, and this time I want to add to the selection. So I'm going to click on this icon that says Add to Selection, and then simply just drag out another rectangle, and it selects most of that. That's okay with me. I'll zoom out a little bit more. It's not a perfect selection, but it's okay for what I want. I'm going to drag down a long rectangle along the edge there. Okay, so that's a pretty good selection done fairly quickly with the Object Selection tool. Depending on the amount of contrast behind the object you're selecting, it'll work very well. Now that I've got my selection made, I'm going to press Ctrl and J or Command and J on the Mac to put my selection on a new layer. So if we look in our layers panel, turn off the background layer, there's our selection. So I think that's pretty good.